Welcome one and all to a Train Love 16 video!
In today's modern age of diesel and electric traction, the idea of brand new steam locomotives being built sounds very unlikely, doesn't it? I mean, why build brand new, labour-intensive, dirty steam locomotives where you have to light their fires, wait 2 or 3 hours for the steam pressure to build up, oil them, clean them, inspect their moving parts and bearings daily and such, when with diesel locomotives, all you have to do is fill them up with fuel, put the key in, start the engine and you're off. And in the case of electric locomotives, simply raise their pantographs or extend their third rail shoes and you're off. Well, while there have of course been tens of thousands of steam locomotives preserved all over the world, you may be surprised to know that since the age of steam ended, there have in fact been a few brand new steam locomotives built completely from scratch from the rails up. And I'm not talking about brand new miniature and narrow gauge steam locomotives, I'm talking about brand new proper full-size standard gauge steam locomotives built exclusively to run heritage railways and mainline steam excursions. This category of steam engines is known among enthusiasts as new builds. Until recently, the only British standard gauge new build steam locomotive project to have been completed was LNER A1 Peppercorn number 60163 Tornado. But that changed this year with the introduction of not one, but 2 more British standard gauge new builds to passenger service. Great Western Railway Grange class number 6880 Betton Grange, and the engine that me and my buddy Elektro over here,
it's great to be here,
are currently on our way to the Bluebell Railway to see, take a ride behind and give our thoughts on London, Brighton and South Coast Railway H2 Atlantic number 32424 Beachy Head. But before we get there, a bit of history on the H2 Atlantics. Also, before anyone calls me out for this, I do not count Great Western Railway Saint Class number 2999 Lady of Legend as a new build, as it's basically just a rebuild of an existing GWR Hall class number 4942 Maindy Hall, therefore it's technically not a new build steam locomotive. Okay, disclaimer out the way, enjoy the history segment.
The London, Brighton and South Coast Railway H2 Atlantics were designed by Douglas Earl Marsh and built at Brighton Works between 1911 and 1912 as an evolution of Marsh's prior 1905 to 1906 built H1 class Atlantics. The term Atlantic means any steam locomotive with a 442 wheel arrangement. That's 4 leading wheels, 4 driving wheels and 2 trailing wheels. The main difference between the H1s and H2s is that the H2s had their boilers fitted with Schmid superheaters, which allow for greater thermal efficiency and in turn give steam locomotives greater power and a lower chance of their steam condensing back into water. 6 H2s were built in total and put to work alongside the 5 H1s to make a total of 11 Brighton Atlantic tender engines. With a working boiler pressure of 170 pounds per square inch, later increased to 200 in 1938, 6 foot 7.5 inch diameter driving wheels, and a cylinder size of 21 inches by 26 inches, they could put out a tractive effort of 20,840 pounds, which was increased to nearly 25,000 pounds after the 1938 boiler pressure increase. The top speed of the H2s is unconfirmed, but as these engines were heavily based on the Great Northern Railway C1 Atlantics, which had a top speed of 90 miles an hour, it's safe to assume that the H2s were also capable of 90. Upon entering service, the H2s were all named after British coastal headlands and went to work on the Brighton Main Line, pulling express passenger trains full of holidaymakers to and from the coast, including named Pullman trains such as the Brighton Limited and the Southern Belle, the latter of which the LBSCR described as the most luxurious train in the world. These engines were capable of making the 50-mile journey from London Victoria to Brighton in exactly 1 hour, a journey time which remains unbeaten by 21st century trains. By 1925, the H1s and H2s were being replaced on the London to Brighton expresses by the newer, faster and more powerful King Arthur and River class locomotives. But the Atlantic still found work on secondary express trains, such as on London Victoria to Southampton via Horsham expresses, and on the London Victoria to Newhaven boat trains, which connected passengers to the Newhaven to Dieppe ferry service. During World War II, after cross-channel ferry services were ceased following the Nazi occupation of France and evacuation of Dunkirk, the H2s had little work to do, and several were put into storage, while others were moved to miscellaneous duties across southern England. They did, however, return to running boat trains after the end of the war, and continued to do so until the 1950s. By then, electric locomotives and multiple units were starting to replace them. One of the H2s, number 32423 the Needles, had already been withdrawn and scrapped in 1949, but the rest were withdrawn in the mid to late 1950s, with the last survivor being the original number 32424 Beachy Head, which was finally withdrawn in April 1958 after a solid 47 years of commercial service. Sadly, none of the original H1s or H2s were preserved, and the original Beachy Head, along with its 10 brothers and sisters, were all unceremoniously scrapped not long after withdrawal, and that was the end of that for the H2s.
Oh, so we thought!
Fast forward 42 years to the 29th of October 2000. On that day, the Bluebell Railway announced its intention to build a brand new H2 Atlantic from scratch from the rails up, which would carry the same name and number as one of the scrapped H2s, that of course being number 32424 Beachy Head. It would be built from a hodgepodge of surviving locomotive parts, such as its boiler, which came from a scrapped Great Northern Railway C1 Atlantic, and its tender chassis, which came from a scrapped London, Brighton and South Coast Railway B4, as well as parts cut from new metal and even the regulator handle from the original Beachy Head. Construction on the new Beachy Head finally began in 2008, when the locomotive's new frame started to be cut. Building this new engine was a slow, painstaking, time-consuming process, delayed a good few times, including by the pandemic. But finally, by summer 2024, after 16 long and very hard years of work, Beachy Head 2 was ready for the rails, and after months of light and loaded test runs, the brand new locomotive has finally entered passenger service. And now, me and Elektro are about to be among the first fare-paying passengers ever to ride behind Beachy Head 2. So let's get down to Sheffield Park Station and see what this absolute beauty of a steam locomotive can do.
Okay, we've arrived at Sheffield Park Station. So, let's get our tickets and then I'll show you the engine and we'll get on the train. Part in 5 minutes, right. And there he is. And there he is, number 32424. Right, we're on the train now, and I've brought these three along, so they're getting their first ever ride behind the new Beachy Head as well. Hi guys. Hi everyone. Hello. It's nice to have. Right, we'll be departing in 2 minutes. We're in the first coach, right behind Beachy Head. Let's see what this beauty can do. The Atlantic guys have done a great job building this engine. Only thing I'm not too keen on is the fact that they chose British Rail Black for this engine. It's kind of a boring livery. I would have preferred London, Brighton and South Coast Umber or Southern Railway Green. The old signal box from Witham there. Right, so I'll be back with you guys when we're on the way. Right, we're off now. Wow. Come on, driver. Yep. Come on, faster. Shut. Lots of black smoke. We've arrived at Horsted Keynes. Intermediate. Very nice station, a very large station as well. Okay, we're on the approach to the tunnel now. I think there's a speed restriction on this section too.
determination. Yes! Yeah, boy! Come on, driver, let's pick up some speed. Just been through King's Coat and now we're on the fastest section of the line to East Grinstead. you'll see you may see the you may catch a glimpse of the black sheeting where the yeah, and then look, there's the look. You can see the black sheet. You can see the black sheeting where the rubbish is. You can just about see the black sheeting where the rubbish is stabilised behind.
Got my eyes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you're not a proper train enthusiast until you get soot in your eyes.
Well, I guess I am now.
Yes. Yes. Right. So over the viaduct and into the station. Yeah. Yeah. Beachy Head 2. What? Well, it only entered passenger. It only entered public service 2 days ago. Yes, on this railway.
Good morning.
Right. So now this guy is uncoupling the engine, and then it'll run round to the other end. So let's have a proper look at this engine now. Something I didn't get to do last time. See this engine in steam for the first time, being among the first people ever to ride behind it. Man, this is a fine. Man, this'll certainly be a day to remember for me. Wow. What a beauty this engine is. Wow. Lovely open cab. There's a lovely open cab, and somewhere in there is the firebox. There's a huge, huge reversing handle here.
Quite wet in there.
Yeah, open cab back in the day to give the drivers a good view when they're running backwards, and those hooks up there are where they hook on the tarpauling when on rainy days. I heard that regulator handle is from the original Beachy Head. Is that correct?
Yeah, so is the whistle.
Oh, the whistle's from the original Beachy
Yeah.
Head as well. Any other parts from the original one? Just the. Everything else is new. Everything else is new, great. So the regulator handle and the whistle are from the original Beachy Head. So aside from the whistle and regulator handle, all the other parts of this engine are either cannibalized from other engines, or their parts cut from new metal. Oh, I didn't think they were allowed to whistle here, but oh well. Let's get a shot of its valve gear in action. Wow. Yeah, there they are. Yeah, so
Switch points.
yeah, and these are manually operated, so the guy there is going to have to switch them himself.
I'm guessing the hand signal he's doing is to stop.
That's it, yeah. So then he pulls the lever to switch the points.
I saw them move.
So did I, and now they're going to come back and the engine's going to go to the other end.
Wait,
That-
so are they actually? So is that train going to haul it back?
Yeah, it's going to pull it backwards. There's no most heritage railways don't have turntables, unfortunately.
I thought it was dangerous for this type of train to go backwards.
You probably know that from Tenders and Turntables, the Thomas episode. Well, in reality, it's fine, especially at lower speeds.
Why is trailing wheels?
That's
Why did they make up that fact?
why do they have the trailing wheels at the back underneath the cab? Is that what?
No. Why did they make up the fact that? Why did they make up the fact that it's dangerous for this type of train to go backwards?
I don't know. It's dangerous at higher speeds, but not lower speeds. It's fine. It's fine on low speed heritage railways.
I guess
But-
that if you call the train
No, it's because tenders. No, it's because tenders limit the driver's view going backwards. Yeah, tenders limit the driver's view when they go backwards. Well, I'm gonna. Okay. Well, there's toilets on the train. Okay, I'm gonna grab a coffee from the buffet car and then we'll get back on in the observation coach. We'll ride back in the observation coach. Be right back, guys. Right, so we are now in the observation coach for the return journey to Sheffield Park.
Really like
Come on.
South Bristol or North Bristol? It's
Brightness. The driver forgot.
I also remember doing
What's this one? Oh, that's a nice one. You explain. Sorry. I'm so sorry. water dripping down from the there's water dripping down from the roof of the tunnel. From where the steam condenses. Over the 10-mile-an-hour section, over this part. Very nice. I think we're a couple minutes early. Alright, so I can hear the up train coming in as we're going to pass it, but while we wait for it to come, I'll just tell you guys what I actually think of this engine. So I do have a soft spot for Atlantics. Obviously I prefer Pacifics and much larger classes of passenger and freight engine, but much larger classes of passenger and freight engine, but yeah, I do like them. Oh, awesome.
Alex, don't get in front of me.
All right. So this train's being double-headed by Fenchurch, a Brighton Terrier, and a standard class 4. So standard class 4 and Fenchurch pulling this train. Fenchurch is another engine that would have worked on the London, Brighton and South Coast Railway. Very small engine, but Fenchurch has got a very nice whistle. Fenchurch was built all the way back in 1872, you know. So it's a very old engine. It's a very old engine. right. So, as I was saying, guys, I do have a soft spot for the Atlantics, but I do prefer other classes of express engine. But the Atlantic group have done a really good job at building this new H2 Atlantic. So, as I was saying, only a few parts from the original Beachy Head are on the new one. The boiler's brand new, the wheels are brand new, cylinders are brand new. Well, I say the boiler's brand new. Well, not really. It came from a Great Northern Railway Atlantic, but it's been lovingly restored, all these parts that the Atlantic group required. The Chender chassis have been lovingly restored from the B4. Every part that they acquired to build this engine and all the new have been lovingly restored, and all the new parts that have been cut have been great as well. Yeah, you can tell this engine's new. Nice cylinders there. As I said, the only part of Beachy Head I'm not the keenest on is the choice to paint it in BR black. I would have preferred London, Brighton and South Coast, a lovely London, Brighton and South Coast umber instead, or Southern Railway green instead of boring old BR black with red lining. Oh. Yeah, why couldn't Beachy Head have been painted in the same colours as Fenchurch? That would have been great. Oh, that's the whistle for the other train. Oh, hang on, that's our train's whistle. Alright, so we're about to set off again. And now from this point it's downhill all the way to Sheffield Park. The original Beachy Head. Fast forward 42. The chaff. Come on. Final doors. Final doors. Boom. Chuff, 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 chuff. Fast forward 40. From scrap. H2 Atlantic. Boom. They're in the river. Fast, more power. Actually, the museum is on this platform that we're coming into, so should we go in there first?
Okay, and I'll go over and get
Yeah, okay. Wonderful stuff. Okay, I'm going to show Elektro around the station now. I'll be back with you guys in a second. Alright, so we're in the museum now. This little model of how the reversing gear of engines works. Always like that. Now, there's various models of engines here. Aha! Now, this is what I would have preferred Beachy Head to have looked like. 424, I think, was its original LBSCR number. This lovely Brighton Umber livery. It's a nice brown livery with LBSC on its side. London, Brighton, South Coast. LBSCR. These are the engines that replaced them, the King Arthur class. The N15 King Arthur class. Brighton Works Pullman Bell. You'll see the carriage shed. LSWR, London and South Western. Stands for London and South Western Railway. London and South Western Railway. The London, Brighton and South Coast Railway. So yeah, that's what I would have preferred Beachy Head to look like. Alright, so me and Elektro are currently in the queue to have a look inside Beachy Head's cab. But before we do that, Elektro, just tell everyone in the vlog what your final thoughts on this engine are.
It definitely leaves behind a legacy of innovation on the British railways.
Yes, it did. These were the finest. These were the finest express locomotives around when they were built in the early 1910s. Then, of course, the King Arthur class came along to replace them on the London to Brighton expresses. But they still found use on other trains all the way up until the late 1950s. It's a shame none of the original H2s were preserved, but at least we've got the new Beachy Head now to fill that gap. Anyway, so we'll just wait for these people in front of us to have a go in the cab, to have a look in the cab, and then me and Elektro will have a look inside. There's the fire inside. It's not burning very brightly at the moment.
There's not much coal on it, that's why.
Yes, yeah, you'll clearly need to top that up.
Start the day. No, so we start the day with one nail coal across the whole grade.
Yeah.
I just need you to move behind me.
Okay.
Right up in the back corners, and then fairly level.
Here's the coal level.
Keep feeding it as you're going along.
You can clearly see the tender is low here to give the driver a good view when it's running backwards.
Yeah, we don't.
What did you just ask? What was it you just asked him?
Where was the break?
All right. So did you notice how open the tender was so that the driver can still see where he's going when the engine's running backwards?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yes, it's quite low tender. Right, if you want to go and join my mum to get some tea in the, hang on, just okay, she's near the ice. She's sitting outside near the ice cream kiosk. She's over there. She's got your tea over there. I'm just going to go. My mum's got your tea over there. I'm just going to film the engine. My mum's got your tea. Did you see all that little people? Okay, any minute now it's gonna... right, it's about to back up and couple up to its train for its second run of the day up to East Grinstead. I'll need to change the battery after this. Now that is a very fine shot. And there we are, it's on its train. Right, over there, they have got Golden Arrow Pullman coaches here for the Pullman luncheon train. I say luncheon because, you know, it's posh, because, you know, posh twat. I'll have a look at the engine that shunted the coaches in for the Golden Arrow in a second, once Beachy Head has departed, so it'll be leaving in about 8 minutes. Right, I just heard the guard's whistle, so any second now, Beachy Head will be off again. Good thing the whistle's not too loud. Sadly, it has started to rain, but that doesn't matter. Right, let's go. Come on then, driver. Open the tap. Come on, driver. Yes. Sure. Yeah, boy. Now that is a fine sight if I ever saw one. Oh shit.
That was sod's law, wasn't it? So it comes out after it's gone.
Oh god, sun going out after it's gone.
So I decided to do a movie instead. I thought, at least you get the dramatic sound
Yes.
it leaves.
Very nice. It's a very nice sound indeed. Absolutely. The only thing I'm not so keen on is the fact that they chose to paint it in BR black.
Oh.
I would have preferred it in original condition, London, Brighton and South Coast umber. Either that or Southern Railway green.
Yeah, I don't really mind. I'm just so glad they've got this loco now.
Yes.
It's such a magnificent site.
I'm absolutely delighted it's in service now too, after 24 years after the project was first announced. Amazing stuff. Right, I'm gonna...
Spare boiler, that was the catalyst of it all.
Yeah, yes, from that Great Northern Railway Atlantic.
Yeah.
Northern Railway. There you are. Right.
Well, that's something.
I'm gonna rejoin Elektro and my mum now, and then me and Elektro are gonna go into the Steamworks engine shed. Actually, hang on, the engine that'll be working the Golden Arrow Pullman train's coming through in a second, so I'm pretty sure it's Sir Archibald Sinclair who's working the Pullman train, so...
It won't be on this one. It's a bit extra, isn't it? Go on.
Well, at least I think it's Sir Archibald Sinclair. It might be another engine, though. Oh, yes it is. I can see it in the reflection. Wonderful stuff. Now this lovely chap shall be working the Golden Arrow. Right, I'll go and rejoin my mum and Elektro now.
He is titled the Bluebell engine.
Exactly. I don't know. So there's Jam there. Fenchurch from Project 27. So there's a Captain Baxter. Captain Baxter is the name of this engine. This was another of the first engines that the Bluebell Railway purchased. This one's an industrial engine that used to work in a quarry. Probably because A, he's red, and B, he's an 040 engine. And plus, yes, basically a standard gauge Rheneas. Now that I look at him more closely, you're right, he does look a bit like Rheneas. Though the real Rheneas, called Dolgok, is on the Tallylyn Railway. The Tallylyn Railway in Wales, the real Rheneas, called Dolgok. You can go in the cab of Stepney as well. There's several engines you can go in the cab of. What?
I don't know, like I said, I heard a bang.
Oh, I don't know, that was a plane.
This lever here has a trigger.
That's the reverser, you can't, you have to push that to lift the bar up.
You mean pull the trigger?
Yeah, exactly. So,
Choose the trigger.
So now that the Atlantic Group have finished Beachy Head, this is their next project to restore the Bluebell Railway's Adams Radial Atlantic tank. Yeah, these engines would have worked on down in Dorset, like on the Lyme Regis branch line, for example. But yeah, this is their next project to restore the Adams Radial tank to working order. Right, so the whistle's been blown and Sir Archibald Sinclair is on his way now. Three-cylinder engine. Car number 55. Lots of steam. Lovely stuff. Right, so Fenchurch is now coupling back up with the standard class 4 tank engine. So yeah, as I said earlier, these two are double heading today. Very nice stuff. I accidentally spilt a bit of Diet Coke on my camera, but it's all fine. Still works okay. Seems to be very waterproof, this camera. I don't think they'll be allowed to leave until Beachy Head returns, and I'm going to be off before then. So I'll just quickly film Fenchurch coupling up, and then I'll go in the gift shop. We'll have a wiggle. Fenchurch. Lovely stuff, and now they'll connect the chain and the brake pipe. Beautiful. Well, I've had a great day at the Bluebell Railway. Beachy Head is a fantastic engine. I look forward to riding behind him for many years to come. And Elektro, your final thoughts on the Bluebell Railway?
I would come back here again.
Yeah. Did you like all the stations and the scenery alongside? Did you like all the stations and the scenery?
It was,
Yeah.
I was waiting for that train to come back.
Yeah. So you liked all the stations and scenery then?
Scenic. Beyond anything else, it was scenic. And
Yeah.
just exquisite.
I'm delighted. You'll love the RH and DR just as much tomorrow then. Right guys, so that's it from me for now. I hope you all enjoyed this vlog and enjoyed all the history about the H2s and things. Hope you all found this video interesting. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share this video with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to me, Train Lover 16, if you haven't already. And I will see you all in my next video. Goodbye, everyone.